all your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It podcast. Let's start the show.
Yo, what's up, WeBook It fam? This is your boy, Big Daddy C, coming back at you with another episode of the All Elite Recap Show. Last week I took a break from recording. There's a lot going on, but I'm good now. So yeah, we're gonna recap everything from this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. You know, we're fresh off All Out. So a lot of situations, a lot of results happened. A lot of, we had some title changes. Some folks successfully retained their championships. So there's a lot of fallout tonight. So let's get into this. Kicking off the show, we had a tag team match, world tag team match between Brodito and GOA. And so this match was pretty solid. It was real intense. There was a moment where tense fight between Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. Bandito will eventually fight through the best efforts of GOA. And got some late assistance from Brody King. They finished off the match with Bandito hitting the 21 plex on Khan to win. Brodito, man, they've been they've been on fire, man. They retained their championships at All Out in a fatal four-way ladder match. And so GOA, this was their first title defense going against GOA, and they successfully defended those. So Brodito looks like they're gonna have these titles for a hot minute. So we'll see who is going to be the rightful challenger and who will potentially, take these championships up off these guys. But looking like it's not going to be anytime soon. So next up, we had the AEW Men's World Championship match. Hangman Adam Page versus Lee Moriarty. It was an open challenge. We know that Hangman Adam Page successfully defended his championship against Kyle Fletcher at All Out. Let me see here. Why does it say? Am I losing my mind here? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Not wait. Yeah, my lot. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So he successfully defended his championship against Kyle Fletcher. While Hangman Adam Page would find himself in a real dangerous situation fighting Kyle Fletcher with an injury, fighting Lee Moriarty with an injury. He eventually caught him with the dead eye to retain his championship. It wasn't, quite the match compared to Kyle Fletcher, but it was still pretty solid, keep the momentum going for Hangman. So we'll see who the next challenger is going to be down the line. Next up, we have, let me see here. We have Willow Nightingale standing up to FTR. After Dax, Cash, and Stokely apologized for their actions on Beth Phoenix at All Out, basically giving her the little power driver finisher. I believe this is after Edge and Christian retained their, basically not retained, but beat them in the match. Beth Copeland, but I'm calling her Beth Phoenix. Eventually, Willow Nightingale would arrive to call Beth Phoenix one of her inspirations, basically demanding that FTR and Stokely apologize more sincerely. Willow would eventually slap Stokely in the face, and then Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight would come out there even the odds before FTR could act. Sent them off running. So yeah, this is a interesting development here. So it looks like we might be getting. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be a 6-man tag. That'd be dumb. But yeah, I always like Willow. That's my girl right there. That's my one of my she's my top AEW crush right now. Beautiful woman there. But no, yeah, I love how she always stepping up to the plate. Especially when it comes to all these heel tag teams and factions. Man, they like she don't mess around. But yeah, we'll see. Looks like we got a new team to step up to FTR, man. I know Edge pretty much took his ball and went home, basically saying he got to go be with his fam and his wife, as she's nursing her injury. So we'll see what happens with Christian. But it looks like Jet Speed is stepping up to FTR. So I think this will be a solid, really good, not a solid, but I think this will be a epic ass match between these two teams here. We got a lot of speed versus like technical and power on the side of FTR. So I'll be looking forward to that match whenever it happens. And so let me see here. Stokely during this time, Stokely he tried to convince the fans that he let Beth spear him. And then let me see here. After All Out, MJF did cut a promo. He did lose his match against what's going on here? Against Mark Briscoe. He cut a promo while stuck with thumbtacks, promising to come back as the most dangerous version of himself. So can't wait to see that happen. Jack Perry had his own little video about the rebirth of Jurassic Express before AEW would announce their return to tag team action next week. So that should be very interesting as well. The Don Callis family took on the conglomeration. As we know, Okada retained the Unified Championship against Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorada. As I already mentioned before, Mark Briscoe defeated MJF in the tables and tax match. Hechicero, Josh Alexander lost their pretty much lost their bid for the World Tag Team Championships. Hologram and Paragon defeated the Frat House and Orange Cassidy. Let me see here. Oh yeah, that was something else. Yeah. But yeah, so Don Callis tried to unveil his latest special family painting. But Orange Cassidy made his surprising return by breaking through it. He would follow Hologram and Mark Briscoe to the ring to start his match hot. Afterwards, you had Kyle Fletcher interrupting the celebration to put his TNT championship against Hologram to threaten his perfect winning streak. And so I was glad to see Orange Cassidy back, good old freshly squeezed. The man is back, man. That dude, he's one of the AEW pillars, bro, for sure. And so I'm glad to see him back on AEW Dynamite. So Hologram did continue his win streak, setting up and so we'll see what happens with him and Fletcher next week. So yeah, Hologram, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe did defeat Hechicero, Okada, and Takeshita by pinfall in that tag team bout. Let me see here. Next up, we had Claudio Castagnoli versus Powerhouse Hobbs. This match was the battle of two powerhouse guys. Claudio Castagnoli, despite his stature, that man got some power on him, and they call him the Swiss Army knife, or the Swiss Superman, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man. But eventually Pac would make an appearance and help distract Hobbs as Claudio Castagnoli did his little uppercut and eventually finished off Powerhouse Hobbs with a roll up for the 3 count. Afterwards, Samoa Joe would run out there before the Death Riders could, come out there and do more damage. Hangman Adam Page will also arrive to send Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta packing. So yeah, it's this is a pretty, like I said, this is a heavyweight bout, and guys that are like kind of superhuman in a way, super heavyweights, I guess. So I'm always interested in these type of matches. And so we'll see what happens. Looks like we might get the Death Riders going back after those World Trios Championships now that Pac is back and wearing actual civilian clothes. So yeah, man. We'll see what happens with that down the line. Let's see here. Next up, we had the AEW Women's World Championship. We had Kris Statlander, the new AEW Women's World Champion, versus Mina Shirakawa. We know that Statlander won that championship by pinning Toni Storm in a fatal 4-way match at All Out. Tony Khan did announce the introduction. He announced the introduction or debut of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships, which Renee will unveil at ringside. Mina, during this match here, we had Mina. She wore down Kris with the figure 4 leg lock. Damn near tapping her out, making her tap out. But eventually Stat will reverse into a seatbelt pin for the victory. After the match, the Death Riders would arrive. It seems like they want to plug themselves into every single match and situation on AEW. They think they run the shit, but they really don't. But yeah, Jon Moxley was the last to arrive, and he seemed pleased until Statlander will lay out Wheeler Yuta with a clothesline, and then they will eventually, her and Harley Cameron would run out into the crowd before Statlander threw up the double birds, and here comes Darby Allin with a flamethrower, basically sending the entire group running. And so he challenged Jon Moxley to a I Quit match. So yeah, finally got the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. It's been a thing. We've been getting a lot of women's tag teams around, so now they finally be able to get reap the benefits of those tag team matches, and we finally get a little bit more showcase on not only Dynamite but Collision. So we'll see. I would imagine they're going to do a tournament for this, and so that should be very interesting. A lot of women that aren't being used as much on television could possibly get their shine, get their shot to make a name for themselves and get those be those first the inaugural champions, to be exact. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we had let me see. So yeah, actually that was the main event. The main event was Kris Statlander versus Mina Shirakawa, and then followed by those AEW Women Tag Team Championships announcement. So yeah, that has been the All Elite recap show. A lot is happening in the AEW now, and the women are, really starting to get more recognition, and especially with the announcement of these tag team championships. And so I can't wait to see who's all going to be in the mix for those championships. Until next time, Big Daddy C signing out. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms. Share the word. We're trying to get up to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. We got some big moves coming, man. This year, next year. And so just keep supporting us along the way. We appreciate all of those that have been doing so far. Yeah, so we're going to have Freaky Fritos doing the SmackDown Throwdown, Lowdown, bring it around town. He'll be doing all that tomorrow. And then we'll have our Sunday show this Sunday. So, like I said, Big Daddy C signing out. Last but not least, keep those booking pencils sharp and keep on booking. Peace out, y'all.